I hope that everybody who tunes in today, one, likes numbers, and two, appreciates numbers. Me and Owen have spent the last hour and 20 minutes getting ready. This episode, we're recording live. It was supposed to start at 8:45. It is now 10:05 after we finally put in all of our information.
Because we love you and we crunched the numbers and troubleshooted them correctly.
That's right. And because we did this in a way that we won't do it next year. We'll do it a little more digitally next year so we can kind of move a little quicker here. But we do appreciate everybody for being here. We've got a whole lot of stuff for you guys. I appreciate the hydrate from Hannah Learns to Read. And after all this is said and done, at the very end, I realized a way that we could have saved an hour, 15 minutes.
What could we have done?
You were right earlier. We could have just added all of the records. All of our overall records that we picked for each team. That would have given us the wins and losses overall total number. But now you guys will get the week-to-week numbers that we had.
Oh, and we could have just subtracted that from what we chose?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
I know how many.
Oh my gosh, that would have saved so
like
much.
At the very end, because I wanted to check our division choices versus the guest.
Well, wait, no, that would have worked. That would have worked.
No. So I did our division choices versus the guest decision choices.
Yeah.
Which means so that we picked every team's record.
Right, but if the Washington Commanders go 7-9, and I picked 7 different wins for them, our numbers wouldn't have been correct.
No, it still doesn't. Overall, it'll even out because it means that you picked those games incorrectly. It all does work out. You pick the right number of wins and losses versus and the difference in totals. Trust me, because I know it works out because I see it with us. So it's fine.
Well, no, because like Owen, he could have picked them to win like the 9 games they lost.
Right.
And so he would have had 0 for the
right.
Commanders.
Yeah. So we take an absolute value. We got it anyways. I can tell you all.
I see where you're at.
I can tell you it was the closest.
Even though you like picked them to win 7 times, you could have picked like 7 times that they lost.
Right.
And so like you ended up with like 0 correct overall.
I can at least tell you who was the most correct. And so I can tell you the margins. I know all. So we're ready for it. Welcome to Dahm. That's true. Number 131.
Yeah.
The final.
Damn, we're approaching.
The final season episode-ish. And then we're going to be into the off-season content.
Man, we are rapidly approaching season 4 of Dahm. That's true.
Yes, it's the off-season. We're going to be doing a different season structure from here on out. So, welcome in.
What I'm saying is we're rapidly approaching episode 156.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're still
157. Excuse me.
We were still 6 months out from it.
22.
We're at 131. We're 25 episodes away.
Oh, 25.
No, sorry.
Divided by
6 months.
25 divided by 4. Yeah, 6.
So we're not rapidly.
Hey, it seems close, okay?
We're halfway there.
That looked kind of close, don't it?
All right, shit. Let's let it roll. Welcome in, everybody, back to another episode of Dahm. That's true. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Truman Machine Steen. As always, I'm joined by the beast with the least, Owen, Domination 7 Dahm. Owen, how are you doing?
I'm tired, man. I've been crunching numbers for an hour and 20 minutes to bring my lovely patrons and all other listeners quality content.
Absolutely. If you want to join our list of patrons, you want to join Mailbox Kansas City opening this upcoming Saturday. And the Iron District. You want to join Mailbox Kansas City, Dylan, Joe, Aaron, Picaro, and Skylar. You want to join any of them, you can join at patreon.com/opendisaster.
For only $1.
For only $1, we'll read your name at the beginning of the episode. And for $5, you guys will get access to bonus content. Joe and Vincent have been working hard on some bonus buds, and they've been intermittently uploading them. Steen vs. Machine you get during the season, and I imagine we'll think of some other things down the line. But all that to be said, we're here for the numbers. We're here to get you through the numbers, and we spent an hour 20 doing it before the pod, so that way this pod can only be 30 to 40 to 50 minutes long. We've also got a little bit of free agent news. Actually, let's talk about this before we get into the numbers, Owen, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Real quick.
There was a week that I picked 12 out of 17 games correctly. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. I want to talk to you about how you feel about the losses of Orlando Brown and Frank Clark.
Oh, I don't think Orlando Brown's going to be lost. I think we're going to offer him a deal that he'll accept. I know we're not franchise tagging him. I do not care about the loss of Frank Clark. Like, listen, I love Frank Clark, and I'd like for him to be on this team, but we can get his production.
I agree with you. And Frank Clark, essentially, because of what he was doing in the regular season, I heard people talk about this, essentially what he was doing in the regular season versus, it was awesome how he showed up in the playoffs. Absolutely.
Right.
But versus what he was doing in the regular season, he was basically just a part-time player. I mean,
right.
He just was good during the playoffs, and that doesn't get you to a Super Bowl all the time.
A player that is Terrell Suggs, who you sign on what's deadline day, like week 14?
Right, yeah. Yeah, we'll call you around week 15, Frank.
Yeah.
Good time to show up.
That if you can, that is the kind of thing that you expect from a player who signed then, not from a regular season starter,
I don't think I'm alone in this camp. I'm also not in love with Orlando Brown. I don't care about bringing back Orlando Brown.
He's fine. A franchise tag deal would have been good for him, but if the Chiefs aren't thinking about franchise tagging him, then
every player, especially those players that like the tackle positions, are worried about getting their guaranteed money locked up. He would not have played under the franchise tag. If you franchise tagged him, he would have sat out like he did. He would have sat out camp like he did last year, and then he probably would have started to sit out some games. Similar, I believe, that Deshaun Watson got placed on that tag and didn't play for a year, and then he had all his scandal stuff, so he ended up not playing for that year anyways, I think, or whatever.
And then getting a whole bunch of guaranteed money from the Browns.
Exactly, which has now broken the quarterback market. You're going to see Lamar Jackson. I bet you he's not going to be a Raven next year.
Well, yeah, the Ravens continually screwed him.
So. Yes, personally, I would love to have him traded to Atlanta because I would like to not see Lamar Jackson in this conference.
That'd be cool.
He is because he's a good quarterback. I'm tired of all the fucking good quarterbacks in this conference. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But real quick, the overarching feeling of how I feel about these kind of free agent things is that we talk about this right after the Super Bowl. Every year that a team wins the Super Bowl, they're like, oh, shit, they're bringing back 20 of 22. They're bringing back 21 starters. They're bringing back all 22 starters. That is the most overrated, overhyped stat that there is. Because no Super Bowl team is perfect. No Super Bowl team has been perfect since the 72 Dolphins. And the 72 Dolphins still, I believe, went out there and got Marino. If it wasn't the next year, it was the year after that. Because they could have still gotten better. This team, even though they won the Super Bowl, can absolutely still get better. They're not a perfect team. They had the most pressures from the tackles. They had, didn't have as many sacks as we would have hoped. But they were second place in sacks. There's hope to be improve in the secondary. You're probably going to go out and draft a wide receiver. You want a little more wide receiver talent. I
think the Chiefs' main things, they need better wide receivers and better defense.
Right, exactly.
And that's always what we ask for with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a statistical anomaly when you look at the stats in terms of teams that win the Super Bowl and what their defense is.
Right.
Like, these past 6-7 years have shown that defense doesn't necessarily win championships, but over the last 20, defense absolutely wins championships.
Sure.
Like, it shows you that you can win the Super Bowl without a great defense.
But you need an okay defense.
You need an
average defense at least, and the Chiefs had about a league average defense this year. And I just believe it's entirely overrated to bring back all 22 starters. I think it's so stupid. I think you can always improve, and it's stupid to celebrate not getting better.
Well, sure.
It's the only time that when you win a Super Bowl, they say, "Oh, they brought back all 22. They didn't improve at all. They didn't want to change anything." Even though, perfect example, Tampa Bay. When Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl that year, they were a wild card team. And everybody hyped them up for bringing back all 22 starters. Fucking, you were a wild card team. Upgrade. You could have gotten better. And, of course, they did win the division the year after, but they weren't nearly as good as they were. They didn't catch lightning in a bottle like they did in the Super Bowl. They caught lightning in a bottle, and that's how they got there. It's so dumb to me that there's this narrative about bringing back all the starters. And people are like, oh, wow, your team that just won the Super Bowl is going to lose your left tackle and your defensive end. It doesn't matter. They're going to get better.
Their number one wide receiver, a top 2 wide receiver in the NFL, and then won the Super Bowl.
Right.
If that doesn't prove to you that teams changing up after a season is a good thing, then I don't know what to tell you.
Right, and a hint, the Chiefs should have gone to the Super Bowl the year before. They just fell apart in the second half of the AFC Championship game. And then that team got rid of the number one wide receiver and, a top 5 talent in the league at wide receiver and still got better and won the Super Bowl the next year. And so that's my 2 cents. That's my soapbox. It's just
all that to say is that the draft is the most important thing in the league. And that's why teams like the Jets have been so bad. It's because they have not drafted well forever. And that's why a team like the Chiefs has been, well, obviously, having the best quarterback in the league really helps. But also Brett Veach in his last 4 drafts has hit on a lot of his picks.
Right. I'm going to bring this up. I want to show you. I don't know if you saw this graph that I retweeted earlier about Brett Veach hitting on draft picks. It was from our account I really like to follow, Platinum Sombrero. He posted these charts. Let me put them up here, see if you guys can see it nice and good. Okay, so this is a chart about how well teams hit on draft picks. So this is draft misses. It's how often. So the percentage here is how often they hit a miss, and this is how bad the miss is, left to right, essentially. So, and shout out Geno Smith. Geno Smith got paid today. I don't know if you saw
shout out to him, man. Congratulations to Geno. A guy that was immense in college and then just rode the bench for a long time. So You love to see stories like that, older quarterback, popping off. I am scared for the Seahawks, though.
Yes, I don't know if that'll end well, but I am excited for them. Okay, so essentially here, Owen, what you're looking at, left to right is how bad the misses are on average.
Uh-huh.
And then top to bottom are top here is the lower percentage. It goes reverse. The higher percentage.
Notice how
it gets worse as you go down. It gets better as you go to the right.
The highest hit rate on draft picks is 60%.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
So out of your
Brett Veach misses on 39% of his picks, which is the league's lowest by a lot. The next closest number is Tampa Bay, right at 50%.
On average, 7 picks per year, right?
Yes.
So 39%.
He'll miss on 3 or
2.
2 to 3. He'll miss on 2 to 3 in there.
2.5 picks per year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And everybody else, Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh here are right around the 50 line.
3 or 4 per year.
Yes.
So on average, only 3 or 4 of your draft picks will work out, except for the Chiefs, when 5 will work out.
So yeah, if we show the opposite of the hit chart, Brett Veach, the hits aren't as big as some of these other hits are. These are guys that these are your Jalen Hurts, these are your probably Max Crosby's, your Micah Parsons, your Joey Bosa's, Debo Samuels, yes. So
Chase Young.
As you move to the right here, sorry for our audio viewers. This is going to be tough for you guys.
We very much recommend you to watch a YouTube video for this one.
Yes, but again, I'll tell you, the chart here, again, the Chiefs are at 61%. They hit on 61% of their draft picks, which is just an insane clip. And they're, a little bit, their hits aren't like incredibly big hits, but they're not misses, and that's important. That's important
so funny. When the Raiders miss more than anybody, but when they hit, they hit. That's crazy. Same with the Eagles.
Yes, but also there's also somebody who said that this is right before Patrick Mahomes. So Brett Veach took over right after Patrick Mahomes was drafted. So if you would count Patrick Mahomes in this draft or in this chart, Brett Veach would be like over.
Yeah,
here.
but that 2018 draft class, besides Patrick Mahomes, was not great.
Yeah, well, I mean, the rest were John Dorsey's, right? I mean, that's the.
I'm gonna look that up.
The narrative is that Veach was the guy who was running all that or whatever to get Patrick Mahomes. So okay, so that's why that was my soapbox. I just wanted to talk about real quick. We can get into the numbers now. That's why.
Yeah, hold on, Truman. Draft class of 2018. Oh, that was 2018. That was all misses. Breland Speaks, Derek Nottie. Well, I guess that's a hit. We'll call that a hit.
Derek Nottie's a hit.
Yeah. So
Breland Speaks is a miss. Big miss.
Breland Speaks is a big miss. Derek Nottie's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian O'Daniel's a miss. Armani Watts is a miss. Tremont Smith is a miss. And Khalil McKenzie is a miss.
Dorian O'Daniel is a middle of the road kind of thing because he still stayed for 4 years, had significant playing time, and was good special teams. He didn't get cut like Breland Speaks.
Armani Watts kind of the same thing then, played in the Super Bowl.
How would you feel if Lamar went to the Raiders? I don't think it makes sense. I would feel fine. I think it would be exciting, but I
do not want him there.
No, I don't want him. I simply want Lamar.
As far away from us
as much
as I love to call Lamar B. and call him a running back. I still don't want to face him every week. He's an electric player who makes plays. He elevates his team and does things that other quarterbacks can't. It's like do I want to see a 15-1 Cam Newton? That's the kind of player I think Lamar is. I think you can make that comparison.
I think Lamar Jackson is a top 5, and if not top 5, top 10 quarterback. And I don't think you would ever want a top 5 or top 10 quarterback in your division.
Correct.
So
go to Atlanta, have fun, Lamar.
Yes. I absolutely love to see him in Atlanta. Or, if I was the Giants, I'd think about passing on old Danny
They're gonna
$45 million dimes.
They're going to pay Danny $45 million dimes.
Yeah, but if Lamar Jackson, wouldn't you make one call, see what the price is? I'd think about it.
The Ravens aren't going to let him go for cheap.
Oh, no. It's going to be 2 first-round picks, probably a couple players, probably a second and third-round pick, too. I've also heard DeAndre Hopkins. Apparently, the price for DeAndre Hopkins is a second-round pick.
Oh,
which is
he's a chief.
I slam it.
He's a chief.
I would slam that.
Don't we have 2 seconds?
I believe that's going to be a draft night deal if he's not traded.
When is the
that
draft,
point.
by the way? 27th, right?
The 25th is the Thursday, I
We
think.
need to get tickets.
I don't think it's a ticketed thing. It's outside.
We just go?
I think so. We need to look into it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's that. All right. It is time to now get into the numbers.
Man, Brett Veach kind of going crazy.
Brett Veach always.
Shout out Brett Veach. After recovering from that terrible 2018 draft.
Yes. All Brett Veach do is hit and eat hot chip. That's all he do.
Well, he never misses on corner. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's fine on corner.
Unless if you're gonna call 7th round pick Bo Pete Keys a miss, sure, go ahead.
I do. So.
I'm sorry that the Law Tech guy didn't work out. He did play special teams minutes, so
It's true. Okay. All right. Let's. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I turned off the wrong thing. I wanted to turn off this. Okay, hold on. We can get to here. We can do this. I want to turn on my Excel. There you guys go. We can get rid of the PowerPoint. All right. It is now time to take a look at Excel. Welcome in, everybody. This is the show. This is what we're doing today. This is a lot of numbers. But here's what we're going to look at.
Truman's a smart guy.
Is that me and Owen picked all 272 games. We're going to start with Owen's picks. And actually, we'll compare it to my picks, but we'll put Owen's picks up here. And I'll go to my picks here. We can read them off. So, Owen, week number 1.
Yep.
You started off. You went 6-9-1.
I did have that down correctly.
I went 10-5-1. Which was a pretty good start, as the kids say. I was 10-5-1. Week 2, I went 10-6.
I also went 10-6.
And Owen also went 10-6.
Wait, where are your scores? Where are you seeing that?
I'm on another tab. I'm just reading it. Week 3, Owen went 7-9, and I went 7-9.
I'll look at my numbers and then you read your numbers. How
Okay.
about that?
All right. Read your number. Week 4, Owen.
8-8.
I was 9-7. I'm still gaining on you. At this
Okay,
point.
so you're what, 3 above me right now?
Well, I jumped out 4 ahead of you the first week, and
4
then even, and then we had 1, and so I'm 5 ahead of you at this point.
We both went 7-9 week 3.
Yes.
Week 3 was rough.
Yes. So I'm 5 ahead of you right now, right?
Yeah, you're gonna jump out to a big lead. I have a feeling that you beat me pretty hard.
So I'm 5 ahead of you. Week 5, I went 10-6.
I also went 10-6.
Week 6, I went 6-8.
4-10.
4-10. So
Yeah, not great.
Now I'm up 7 on you.
Yep.
Okay, week 8, I went 7-7. Or sorry, week 7, I went 7-7.
8-6.
8-6.
Give me one back.
Owen gains 1 back. I'm up 6 games. Week 8, I went 9-6.
10-5.
Owen. So now Owen's within 5 games. Week 9, Owen.
8-5.
8-5. Me 8-5 as well. I think week 10 is where we're gonna see a shift. Week 10, Owen. What did you do?
7-7.
You went 7-7. Owen, week 10, I went 4-10.
Ooh.
So Owen closes it within 2 games. Week 11, Owen, what'd you do?
8-6.
8-6. Owen, I went 6-8.
What is going on?
We are even. Owen, week 12.
10-6.
10-6. I went 11-5. I'm back up 1.
Okay.
Week 13.
My best week. 12-2-1.
12-2-1. I went 10-4-1. Owen is now up 1.
What?
Week 4.
14.
Yes. Week 14.
6-7.
Oh, 6-7.
Yeah.
Oh, I went 9-4.
Ooh. So you're back up 2?
I'm back up 2. Week 15.
11-5.
I went 10-6.
Even?
I'm up 1.
Oh, wait, you're up 1?
Week 16.
10-6.
10-6. I'm 9-7. So we were tied. 2 weeks left, Owen. We were tied.
Oh my god.
Oh, in week 17, what did you do?
10-5.
10-5. By week 17, I went 7-8.
Oh no.
Owen was plus 3 games at that point. Owen, week 18.
9-7.
Week 18, 9-7.
Oh yes.
Owen wins it total. For all you keeping track at home, I went 149, 120-2, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Here. Let me get the win percentage out for you guys. 149 of 271 games, because it would be 272. But thank God Mar Hamlin is doing better. But that is the reason why. I had a .55 win percentage. .50. Sorry.
Okay.
.550. And Owen, you went
560.
152. Right?
Where do I see that?
I think you beat me by 3 games. You had 152. Owen went
Wait, no, I think I went 154.
No, because you only beat me by 3.
Oh, okay.
So Owen went right. Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what are these two numbers on my right side here?
Let me see.
Isn't that wins and losses?
It should be wins and losses, but it adds up weird. Don't worry about it. We got it all figured out. It's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
So
I
Owen,
believe you.
Owen, you went .560. I went .550. Owen went .560. And I'll tell you what.
Listen, I'm just 1% better. 1% better picks.
Look at this. Which means that Owen is the victor here. Owen, congrats. You beat me by... Can you believe that we picked 271 games and it came down to 3? Owen beat me by 3 games,
Man,
which
we're
is
good. We're kind of good.
really, I guess, 6, sort of, if you want to count it like that. But yeah,
six teams, 3 games.
Yeah, that is all kind of insane, honestly. So, but we both went over 500. I think that's something to be proud of.
And this is all preseason, no updating.
Right.
I think we might want to change it this coming year, Truman.
What do you mean?
And predict each week before each week.
Yeah, we should do all the games, and then we should do both.
Oh.
We should pick each game before each week, and then do the same on, and then do.
As long as we do it electronically, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yes. So there you go, Owen. You did good, son.
1%. 1%.
All right. So now it's time to go division by division.
So, was there the division that I absolutely nailed or something?
Or actually, we can go team by team.
I know that I picked Minnesota like the best.
And this is something that I haven't added up yet. So, all right, Owen, we're gonna go team by team. You versus me versus guest and we won't do the group. It'll be me, Owen, and guest, and it'll be whoever picked the team the closest.
The guest is looking strong. Scrolling through this.
Yep. All right. So we'll start here with the Buffalo Bills. The actual record was 13. We all picked them at 14. So actually, nobody wins.
And the group had 15.
Group had 15. The Miami Dolphins. The guest picked it at 9, and the actual record was 9. Me and Owen both picked them at 7.
I bet you $5 that I would be better than the overall.
It's true. So we move on to the New England Patriots. I picked them at 11. I certainly lost. Owen and the guest both picked them at. Owen picked it at 7. Guest picked it at 9. Their actual record was 8. So Owen and the guest will each get a point. I will not get a point. You guys tied for the win. I lost. The actual was 7 wins for the New York Jets. Me and Owen picked it at 5. The guest picked it at 3. So me and Owen will each get a W there. Look at the Baltimore Ravens. The actual record was 10. Owen picked it at 10. Owen gets a win. Owen is now has 3 wins. The guest has 2. I have 1. The Cincinnati Bengals, 12 wins. Here, Owen, move your cursor real quick. I can't.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so Owen, 12 wins. And the actual was 12. Owen gets another dub. We move on to Cleveland. Owen picked it at 10. I picked it at 12. The guest picked it at 14. We were very high on it. The actual was 7. Owen gets another win. We go to Pittsburgh.
The group was 13 too.
Wow, Pittsburgh won 9. And for all the talk about having to pick Pittsburgh, man, say that 20 times fast. Pick Pittsburgh to go over 500. Owen picked him at 5 wins. I picked him at 6. The guest picked him at 8. What the fuck was that?
Oh.
It sounded like it was behind me.
Oh, I think the cat. Yeah, I don't know.
Something got pushed.
I think that was upstairs.
There's weird noises going on today. The guest wins that one. Sorry. Houston. Their actual win-loss was 3. I picked them at 3, baby. They actually won 3 games. I picked them at 3 games. Indianapolis, they won 4.
Tyler picked him at 2.
Yeah. They won 4. Owen and the guest both picked him at 8. I picked him at 10.
Oh, my God.
So Owen and the guest get another point. A very sad point. We were not close on Indianapolis. Jacksonville actually won 9. Owen and the guest both picked him at 4. I picked him at 2. Again, Owen and the guest get another very sad point. The guest has now won 5. Owen has won 7. I've still won 2 for those keeping track at home. It's probably easy for you to keep track. We all picked it at 9.
For Tennessee.
For Tennessee, the actual was 7. No points awarded. Denver. Owen and the guest picked it at 9. I picked it at 10. They won 5. Owen and the guest, another point. Hold on, I wanted to sorry. Okay, Owen and the guest, another point for Denver. Chiefs, 14. Me and Owen picked him at 14. The guest picked him at 12. So me and Owen each get a point there.
Did you lock that first column on your spreadsheet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna do that real quick.
The column. No, I did not lock the column.
Lock that left column.
Yeah, that'd be smart. I can freeze it. I know how to freeze it. Freeze pane, freeze first column. There we go. Okay. So now we'll come back down here.
Yeah, much easier to see now.
Okay. So now we can move over.
Woo!
We are on to where are we at?
That showed up on the Chiefs, by the way.
Thank
we got there different
yes.
ways. We
did get there different ways, but we both.
Wait, I thought you could pick him for 15 wins. You only picked him for 14?
I guess I only picked him for 14. That's what I had on the official sheet.
Fair enough.
So 14 for both of us.
Oh, that's right. You picked divisional losses at the end of the year.
Yes. For Las Vegas, me and Owen picked him at 9. The guest picked him at 8. They're actual 6. The guest gets a point. The Chargers, Owen and me picked him at 14. The guest picked him at 10. Their actual was 10.
Who's our guest for the AFC West?
AFC West was Aaron, right? That was Aaron.
Yeah, other Chiefs fan.
Yeah, good luck.
Aaron nailing that shit.
Aaron actually did okay. Don't tell Aaron we said that. Las Vegas, me and Owen picked him at 9. The guest picked him at 8. They had 6. A guest another point. They've tied it up. The guests have 9 correct picks. Owen has 9 correct points. I have 3. The Chargers, me and Owen picked him at 14. The guest picked him at 10. It was 10.
Jeez.
The guest is up to 10. Dallas.
Aaron nailing it. Is he 2 for 2?
Yep.
Wait, what's Denver? Do we all go for Denver?
Denver.
No, yeah, you got to win in Denver. So, what's the last team? Chargers, Vegas, Chiefs, Denver.
No, he didn't get Chiefs. We got Chiefs.
But Aaron 3-1.
3-1 in the
Aaron.
AFC West. Great job, Aaron. Moving on to Dallas. Owen
Woohoo!
picked him at 12 wins. They had 12 wins. He hits. Philadelphia, we picked him at. They were actual total was 14. I picked him at 7. Owen picked him at 9. The guest picked him at 8.
We skipped the Giants.
Did we skip? Oh, sorry. Yes, the Giants. The actual record was 9. The guest picked him at 2. Me and Owen picked him at 5. Me and Owen each picked up a W. There. Moving on to Philly.
Who was we had an Eagles fan on?
We had a Cowboys fan on.
Oh, we had Jazz, right?
No.
We had the person from work.
Yeah. Yeah, that random person that had Fortnite playing in the background.
Oh,
remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
With Philly. Philly won 14 games. I picked him at 7. Owen picked him at 9. The guest picked him at 8. Owen
Get a lot of these wins by default.
You get really sad wins. Washington Commanders. Actual win total 8. Owen sniped it. 8 points. He picked it 8 exactly. Moving on, Chicago. Wait, can they see this? Oh, hold on. You guys have not been able to actually see what we're talking about. Sorry. This is sorry, we are down to here. Sorry. Now you guys can see it. Sorry, I thought that would move with the spreadsheet, but it makes sense that it wouldn't. I'm very sorry for everybody visually. Okay. Chicago, actual wins 3. Owen picked 5. I picked 7. The guest picked 6. Owen gets another sad win. Detroit.
Under 6. I told you guys.
Detroit was 9 wins. I picked them at 4. The guest and Owen picked them at 5.
Another sad win for your boy.
Another sad win for Owen and the guest, though. Owen is up to 15 wins. The guest have 11. I have 4.
Damn.
The Green Bay Packers was 8. We all picked them at 12. Nobody gets a point. The Minnesota Vikings won 13 games, and your boy picked him at 13
Nice work,
games.
Truman.
Yes,
Nice
thank you.
work,
Finally,
nice work,
thank
nice
you.
work.
Blind squirrel or something. Atlanta had 7 wins. I picked him at 1 win. Owen picked him at 2. The guest picked him at 4. The guest gets a point. Carolina, 7 wins also. We all picked him at 4. Nobody gets a point.
Well, we agreed.
Yes. New Orleans. Owen picked him at 14. I picked him at 12. Or, sorry, the guest picked him at 12. I picked him at 11. The actual 7. I pick up a point. I finally get a sad point. For not having double the wins of New Orleans like Owen did. We really believed in Jameis. That was our fault. We did not believe in Jalen Hurts, and we didn't believe in Jameis.
I saw a Cam Jordan interview and was hype about it. He
Yep.
didn't carry him like I thought he would.
Moving on to Tampa Bay. I picked 13 wins. Owen picked 14 wins. The guest picked 11. They won 8.
No.
The guest gets a point. The guest has 13 wins so far. Owen has 15. I have 6.
No.
Arizona comes down to it.
Choke it.
Me and the guest picked it at 10. Owen picked it at 11. They won 4 games. Me and the guest get a point. The guest is at 14. No. I am at 7. We come down to the Los Angeles. Los Angeles had 5. Me and the guest picked them at 11.
Do you do Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
To Los Angeles. Me and the guest picked them at 11. Owen picked them at 13. They actually won 5. Me and the guest get another point. The guest is at 15. Owen is at 15. I'm at 8. Seattle or San Francisco. They won 13 games. Owen and the guest picked them at 8. I picked them at 6. Owen and the guest each pick up another one. They're at 16. It all comes down to the final one. Oh my God, you're gonna tie them. I didn't want to. I just ruined it for everybody. I ruined all the suspense for everybody listening.
Oh my!
But it comes down to Seattle here. Owen picked him at 4. The guest picked him at 4. I picked him at 3. Seattle won 9 games. Owen and the guest split a point. They each get 17 wins, and I get 8.
Here, now we have to go back through. Now let's do the differential.
I have the differential. The tiebreaker on the differential. Owen was 148 off. The guests were 151 off.
Yes!
Owen gets to claim the victory just barely. Owen gets the W. Owen, you picked better than the guests. You picked better than me. I think we can crown you. Put the crown.
Hey! I was telling you guys, my parlays were going 4-1 every week, 3-2 some weeks, 1-4 rarely.
Absolutely. Owen, put the crown on. Put the crown on you. Here we go. Yeah. What? Oh, there he goes. Yep, that's it.
Once again, by a slim margin.
Yes. It's pretty. I mean, they were all close, right? You beat me by 3 games overall in the season. You beat the guest in teams on differential. So it's all pretty crazy.
Man, that's just hard. 272 games. Well, man, only being 151 off. I'll take it.
Yeah.
151 actual
per team. So on average, so you missed 148, right?
Yeah.
You divide that by 32. You were about 4.5 wins off of every team.
I'll fucking take it. Off of fine. Every single team?
Yeah, if you could pick every team within 5 wins, is essentially what you did. You picked but I think I might have. I mean, I picked I had 152 as my differential.
Yeah.
I also picked every team. I had 4.75, so it came down to just decimals.
Basically, not too impressive.
All right, me and Owen picked every team within 5 wins, which is not, or we averaged with every team within 5 wins,
obviously,
which isn't incredible, but we did pretty good. All right, so Owen, to recap, Owen wins over everything. Owen beat me. Owen went 152. Wait, let me get that number right. Where was it? Hold on, let me pull it down. We said the number at the end. I don't think it is that number. Yeah, that's right, because you were a little off still. I think you had. Don't worry about it.
I'm still off?
A little bit, but by like 2.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Owen went 152, and
117.
Once in 119. 152. No, sorry. Yeah, 152, 117, and 2. I went 149, 120, and 2. Pretty good. .550 for me, .560 for Owen. Owen beats the guest on teams. Owen had the most teams picked correctly or closest to. Well, him and the guest tied. Owen wins on differential. So,
sweet.
That's it. And as a treat for everybody, we're not going to do a top 5. It's really a treat for ourselves, honestly. A nice little short episode here to kind of cap off our NFL season content. Next week, we're going to be talking about the draft. We're going to be talking about maybe hockey. We're going to talk about probably some March Madness.
Ooh. I think the main thing that we need to get across after this episode, Truman, is that you should roll with the machine.
Yeah.
Because 55% wins, that's up, that's 2 or 3% every week.
It's pretty close to profit.
2 or 3% every week. That is profit. You got to expect 3%, ish losses from the minus 110s. So
well, here actually I can tell you because every week when in my work pick'em, I picked using
the robot.
Yes, using the machine. So Owen, you went 152 and 117. I went 150. I went 149 and 120. I can tell you that the machine went. Let me pull it up.
And remember, this is all preseason games. I think we could be much, much better than all of our preseason games if we picked before every week.
Fuck, I wonder if it'll let me pick it. I wonder if it'll let me. Let's see if I can check my pick'ems real quick.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year when we pick them all preseason like we did again, and then we re-pick every week.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could be really good.
Yeah. Shit.
Think about that, Truman. Before any games are played, we're picking over 50% correctly.
It's true.
That's pretty insane. This is, not knowing that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be good.
Yes.
Not knowing that the San Francisco 49ers aren't going to be that good.
This is our time to jerk it just a bit. We're jerking our...
Not knowing that Philadelphia is going to be great. Not knowing that, Chicago is going to be terrible.
Yeah. But we're pulling our pud just a little bit here, guys.
Absolutely.
It is this is gloating season. We are officially in gloating season. We're feeling pretty good about it. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Let me get... Hold on, I know I had it. Oh, wait, actually, I can just go down here. I can tell you that the machine went 157. And actually went a little better. Actually, it went 160 because I didn't get 3 picks in. Actually, let's just call it 158. And you went 152.
Yeah.
And what was that, 117?
Yep.
So 6. So I won 158 and 11. The machine did over the year.
Nice.
So the machine would have won overall. But
the machine's better than you and me.
Absolutely. And we're pretty good. Well, the machine, so let's say 158 divided by 271. 0.583 was its win percent.
Nearly 60%.
Yep.
Jeez.
So there you go. That's it by the numbers.
6 out of 10?
Big 12 to win tournament, still plus money, boys. All right.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, Big 12 to win the NCAA tournament? I don't know if anybody in this league is good enough to win the actual tournament. My sneaking suspicion is that I think the best team in the league that might be able to win it all is Texas or Baylor or TCU. I don't think it's KU or K-State because I don't think KU or K-State's big enough. I think you if they run into an off day, they don't have the big men to an off day shooting. They don't have the big men to bridge that gap.
Right, and that's what KU had last year.
Right.
Is that because their big man did carry.
Yep.
When they're having a bad shooting day, they fed him and he won the games. That's how KU won. I also. Well, and then I don't think Baylor has it either. I think Texas has the best shot this year.
I think Texas absolutely has the best shot, which is
teams.
really upsetting.
Right.
So
because KU and K-State both, lost. K-State lost 2 more games than KU, and from similar circumstances. Off day lost.
Yes. We lost to the bottom 3 teams in the Big 12.
Yep.
So
I think K-State can make a deep run. I mean, certainly Texas, TCU, KU, K-State can all win the national championship there. Absolutely. If K-State plays like they played against Texas away, we're not losing any games.
Yep. It's true.
117 is beating everybody.
Sorry for hitting the paper with the
No,
mic
you're good.
there.
But
Hitting
yeah,
the mic with the paper.
117 is beating everybody. If KU plays like they played against K-State at home, they're beating everybody.
Maybe. There's all these teams have the potential to win the NCAA tournament, but they also all have the potential to lose to a 15 seed on a bad day.
Oh yeah, and that's why the NCAA tournament is so great. They do need to change the bidding on how to get there. You know, because like 11 and 22, Lafayette beating somebody on a buzzer beater to win their tournament to beat somebody with 25 wins. That's not fair, man.
Oh, and I got 3 simple words for you.
What?
This is March.
Yeah, but
That's part of the madness, baby,
But
and that's
that's
part of
dumb.
what makes it so fun.
That's
I don't
dumb.
care. Nope, I don't. That is part.
they need more at-large bids.
No. The thing is, there's talk of expanding, doubling the field.
128.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would just. I don't like that at all.
Add another weekend.
I mean, right now, so the big thing about the Big 12 is the Big 12 is going to almost get 8 schools in, if not all. It's going to get 7 schools in, if not 8 or 9, which is crazy. But if you go to 128, Big 12 will get all their entire conference in, but also probably so will the Big 10 and probably so will the SEC, or not their entire conferences because they've got bad people at numbered this 15 and 16. But the SEC and the Big 12 are still probably going to, or Big 10 are probably still going to get more teams in than the Big 12, which is just annoying. So I don't love the expanded field talk. 64 is perfect. It's the perfect size.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of schools out there winning 25, 26, 30 games and not winning their conference tournament because, they had their one off day.
You know what they should do?
Huh.
They should play harder competition, or they should win their conference tournament. That's all I had for you. Listen, this entire the NCAA tournament in general is a loser competition.
It's not a good format.
It is a competition. No, technically it does not typically crown the best team as champion.
Well, that's the same thing as the NFL.
Exactly. Technically, the ones that have the best are the NBA, the NHL, and the MLB. Because one bad day does not doom you.
Yep.
Except for in the wild card round for the NBA or the MLB.
Well, still 3 games though, right?
No, not in the.
Oh, the divisional.
I mean the wild card
Oh,
play
the single
game.
wild card
Yeah.
game, yeah.
So, but
But I mean, listen.
But those aren't the best teams.
And there's always a reason why you can't do multiple game series in the NFL.
Right.
Because the players will physically die.
Right. And
That's why, and that,
But
but
there's-
that's why the MLB and the NBA, I mean the NHL and the NBA and MLB all can do multiple game series.
right, but also
There's not, the conditioning is going to matter if
Right.
you do a whole bunch of late game series for NBA.
Sure.
But it's running and cardio. It's not life-threatening stuff.
Sure.
You'll be tired, but if for example, LeBron played 7-game series every single series,
right.
he would just retire earlier because his knees would be more tired.
Right. Well,
He
and
wouldn't, have CTE.
yes, but I will say also is that while this is an annoying format for college basketball, is that if they were playing series, one, it would be
Forever.
It would be forever. It would go on for so long, and 2, you would not get as many. If you want to complain about small schools not getting in who are winning 30 games, brother, no small schools will get in ever again. It'll become the college football playoff. It'll become
if it was-
8
yeah.
teams.
If it was series, it'd be like 12 teams.
Yeah, it'd become 8 teams where they're all from the Power Fives except for one group of 6 team group of 5 team because they feel like it. So listen, I'm happy with where we're at. I'm one of the people that does not want the field to get bigger.
I'm fine with the field getting bigger.
I think
They're not going to change the series.
for
They added
one more round. Why?
money. Money. That's why.
It
Because
doesn't.
fans of those schools will pay for.
But it's perfect. It's a perfect system right now. 2 weekend, a weekend, you're done.
Truman, I have one counter argument for you. One more day of that. Come on.
I know. We are.
That's the greatest theme in sports.
Yes, and we also are we are almost to my favorite 3 to 4 sports days of the year. And what do you think that is? What do you think my
3 to
favorite?
4 sports days.
Yeah, what do you think my favorite 3 to 4 sports days?
NHL wildcard.
Oh, sorry. Somebody also asked how many teams for my college football playoff. What was it? The 12-team format? I love that one. That's fine.
Great, yeah.
Or 8 teams is fine also.
Just not 4.
Sorry.
Just not 4. Please, God, not 4.
Yes. Okay. What did you think my favorite days are?
NHL starting weekend?
Nope. That's not my favorite 4 days.
March Madness?
Nope. Also, well, yeah, it's in March Madness.
I don't know, bud. I don't know what you're getting at.
My favorite 4 days are the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after Selection Sunday. That's my favorite 3 days. You know why, Owen?
Because everyone's just bitching.
No, it's because I am making a bracket every 30 minutes for stupid things. I was telling somebody, they're like, you should only have one bracket. I have one real bracket, okay? And I will submit that to the competitions. They'll say Truman Real. But then I will be coin flipping a bracket. I will be picking a bracket on which football team I think would win. KU loses in the first round. It's very funny. I will be picking a bracket based on just how much I like. That's me. I clicked the word bottle. Based on how much I just enjoy each team. I will pick a bracket based on which mascot I think would win in a fight.
Oh, that's my favorite one. I like only picking cat and dog mascots.
It's a good one. Maybe the bird mascots is a good one also.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to pick the stupidest fucking brackets ever. And it's my favorite thing.
So every year I'll pick a team by my actual picks. I'll pick a top seed wins every time. Mm-hmm. So the number 1 overall seed wins the tournament.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Houston. You have won my bracket. I'll just tell you right now.
Really?
Well, they're going to be another 1 overall seed, right?
Oh, you do that? No. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I just pick top seed wins every time. I pick how much I like every team bracket. I pick a cats versus dogs bracket every time, and then I'll do the which one do I think is going to win in a fight. So if Tulsa makes the tournament, congrats, you're my national champion.
The Golden Wave.
Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, that's right.
That is so heavy, nothing is beating that.
That's fair.
Shout out to Western Kentucky if you guys make it.
Hey,
runner up.
Shout out that John Boyce video talking about it.
The weight of every mascot.
Yes. Hannah Learns to Read says West Virginia new mascot has to win this year. That just makes you sexist. Sorry.
What's the new mascot?
They've got a mountaineer who's got like a nice beard and like a mullet now. They just picked the new mountaineer.
That would win for horniest mascot.
Yes, there you go. Horniest mascot. And horniest mascot should absolutely be a bracket. And the answer,
horniest mascot, Wildcat, lose first round. Damn.
You know what really sucks for my brackets is my brackets are I'm the king of the first weekend. I always am. I kill it in the round of 64 and the round of 32, and then round of the Sweet 16, Elite 8 is where it really starts.
Well, that's
to fall
when
apart
Florida
for
Gulf Coast and Loyola come to dunk on your bracket.
Yeah, right. And I just am not good at picking those.
It's hard.
I've had a perfect first day. I've had and I've had it where I've picked like 61 of 64 games correct in that first week, in that first first two days, and then I just fall apart.
Well, have you seen that dude that picked every single pick in the
whole bracket besides
K-State, Cincinnati?
Yeah, he picked K-State over Cincinnati, right?
Yep.
Yes, but also
that's crazy.
But I will say that the more chalk it gets, where a lot of 1 seeds are making it to the Final Four, you're going to see a lot more of those. Oh, this guy has the perfect bracket. This guy had a really near perfect bracket. Listen, the more chalk it gets, don't be fooled. The more chalk it gets, the more that's going to happen. Also, this is the time of year where you'll see people say, well, last year, if you would have bet on completely on all the underdogs, then you would have gone 156 or whatever. I can't remember. I just saw the number. They were like underdogs.
You would have made money?
Yeah, they won like 61% of the time or something stupid like that.
So because of the odds, you would have made money.
Right. And they're like, see, you should have bet on underdogs. That's just, that'll regress to the mean. You're going to have a chalk year every now and again that's going to keep those numbers sane. It's just don't buy into that.
Well, I'll tell you though that I think every year that this tournament happens, you're going to see more upsets. Because I think that the talent level is always going to be up. And it's going to keep going up because there's more kids, and there's more kids that want to play literally every single sport.
I think the transfer portal, I think it'll be interesting to see how the tournament evolves in the years of the transfer portal. I wonder if the talent will get wider or closer, because guys that are on those smaller teams that are playing well leave instead of in the past where they generally stay, but also guys that just weren't getting playing time and, guys that could have been a star on UMBC just transfer there now instead of riding the bench at Alabama for 4 years and never seeing the light of day except for making 2 free throws on senior night,
Yeah. Think about Ja Morant. John Morant would not say what was it, Middle Tennessee? No, it wasn't Middle Tennessee. It was a Wright State, right?
Murray State.
Murray State.
Yes.
It was one of those ones. But yeah, he wouldn't stay at Murray State.
Well, he was a freshman, I think. I think he was a one and done.
Oh,
so
I thought he was a sophomore.
Nah, I think he was a freshman.
Oh, never mind. Well, hey,
He's either freshman
that's
or
a good
sophomore.
point to bring up, actually.
Right.
Is because one and dones are going to one and done regardless.
Yes, that's true. And
So-
there's a lot less of it. A lot less one and dones now.
Right, because they want kids to go to the NBA
Well,
is wanting kids to go to college. More.
Right. Well, they got the G League now too, and they've got alternate leagues and guys go play in Europe. It's definitely different, and I think it's been better for college basketball. I think the one and done culture was a little annoying at times.
Well, it's bad for the kids too, because you get kids in the NBA who can't read very well because the colleges didn't care about.
Well, that still happens because they just go play in Europe leagues or the G or straight to the G League.
Right,
or
but it's
whatever.
happening less now that you can't come straight out of high school.
I don't think that's true, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, if you go to the Europe leagues, you technically can, but you can't go straight to.
There's ways
NBA.
they don't have to go to school anymore. There's ways around that simply, which is why you see less one and dones in college now. Is what
Fair
I'm saying.
enough.
West Virginia plays Kentucky in the first round. I will need another liver. Fair enough.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Listen, I'll tell you this much.
this is March.
I'll tell you this much, guys. Another bracket that I make. Big 12 supremacy bracket.
Yep.
Big 12 wins all the games. I love that bracket every year. And every year it gets better.
That's fair.
But every year Texas loses to somebody they shouldn't. And it's really been pissing me off in these recent 3 years.
Yep. Okay, we promised you guys a short episode. It's time to get out of here. It's time to finish it up. We appreciate it. We're not doing a top 5 this week.
Nope.
No top 5. We're gonna break the rules.
Top 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Top 5 upsets you should pick in your brackets. Number 1, 12 over a 5. At least 2 of them probably. Number 2, a 13 over a 4.
One of those.
One of those. Number 3, a 14 over a 3. One of those. Number 4, a 15 over a 2. I would not recommend it. And number 5, a 9 over an 8. It's technically an upset, but you're fucking lame for doing it. All right. That's it. That's all I had for you guys.
Wow, that's great.
Yes. Appreciate it. All right.
Number 1,
Fading.
my number 1 pick.
Fading Alabama.
You need at least 2 1 seeds in the Final Four.
I think that's true. I think that's a good idea. All right. All that being said, guys, we appreciate y'all for being here every week. We appreciate you being here. NFL stuff is done. The NFL season is over. We are glad to. This is why we did all these numbers. This is why we're recording this, finishing up at almost 11, even though you guys are only going to get an hour. Normally, when we finish up at 11, it's fucking 3 hours of shit.
Yep.
Or whatever you guys have to listen to us. It's all, we're going to try to be more focused. You guys will probably get shorter episodes. And no, we appreciate you. Well, thank you, Hannah Learns to Read. But we'll be trying to, these episodes in the off season will probably be more focused. They'll probably, we just won't. We don't feel. I think we need to get away from the need to feel like we have to put out an hour of stuff for you guys. I think that leads to us sometimes rambling or reaching for topics that we're not talking as well on. So I think there's going to be times where we're back to the 45 minutes to an hour that we tried to do when we first started this show, and somehow it's ballooned to an hour and 30 every week, or at least an hour every week. So with that commitment, we're actually gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here before there's an hour left.
A special shout out to you, Hannah Learns to Read, for nearly getting Pittsburgh's record correctly.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
And big shout out to our patrons. Patreon.com/OpenDisaster. You guys want to support us? That's the best way to do it. Also, big shout out to all the Twitch subscribers. Shout out for Hannah Learns to Read for resubscribing for 23 months. But yeah, shout out to Patreon subscribers. Dylan, Mailbox Kansas City. Again, they're opening this Saturday in North Kansas City, Iron District. Go check it out. Aaron, Picaro, Booty, Skylar.
You said Skylar twice.
Dylan. And
Right
Mailbox Kansas City. Either way. There you go.
Dylan, Mailbox, Joe, Aaron, Skylar, Picaro.
Yep, that's it. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate everybody for being there. Again, I've been Truman Steam Machine Steen. You can follow me at any of my handles. It's always Steam Machine, SteehnMachine. You follow Owen Gosh Dahm on Twitter.
Just follow me on Twitter. Once I start streaming again, you'll see. I'm still doing annoying grinds in RuneScape that aren't fun to watch.
It's fine. Twitch.tv/Domination7. Dude, again, yay. No one's watching your raids when you're not live. Or no one's watching your RuneScape when you're not live. You might as well go live and not have anybody watch it anyways. So,
Fair enough.
we appreciate you guys for being here. We appreciate y'all for hanging out as always. And we appreciate all the Dahm That's Truesers. One more time. Dahm That's Truesers. Let's ride. See you guys.